Hello! Hi everybody! It's me again. We're back with some more Punishing Grave Raven and some more To the Galaxies, where our search for Nanami continues. We have to, yeah, like we're looking into her memories, but also we're trying to find her. It's a few things. Anyway, we're trying to reach Nanami so that we can get her to come back and hopefully help us out in this extremely bad situation. All right. Without further ado, I say, let's get this show on the road. Huh. I don't know where that voice came from. Anyway, part 15. Also, I guess I'll just say quickly, I am hoping to finish the chapter today. We've got 11 stages left. Hopefully, I'll be able to finish them tonight. And we leave off on 15, Spider Silk. Transparent spider silk floats in the ocean, disappearing as soon as you look away. With Nami's final touch, power flows through the facility, bringing its systems back to life. Nami lets out a long breath, hesitates for a moment, then speaks tentatively. Right, we were gonna talk to... She was gonna talk to Gestalt again. Hi there, Mecha Babushka. You've come. The one named Nanami. I have calculated the probability of your return. Having gone through all that she has, Nanami now feels at ease hearing this familiar voice. Since you already knew that I'd come, Mecha Babushka, can you give me the answers I've been looking for? Incorrect assumption. I merely calculated, based on previous data, that there was a high probability you would return here to connect with me. Your specific purpose remains unknown. Have you decided to lead the mechanoids down the path of awakened machines? Nope. I'm sure you know what's going on out there, Mecha Babushka. I came with more data and variables. Let's start a new simulation. Nanami wants to see how these data points and variables will reshape this world. I'm sorry, Nanami. Gestalt is dedicating all resources to Babylonia's project departure. The remaining computing power is insufficient to initiate another real-time simulation. Oh, no. Hi, Bunny. Excessive simulations hold no value in problem solving. When a problem has infinite solutions, it effectively has none at all. How am I supposed to figure out the answers to my questions then? The awakened machines are the answer to Earth's catastrophe. Hi, Ashfrost. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you are too, Bunny. Humans only have a 0.072% chance to survive the punishing disaster. Awakened machines are the only answer to punishing. So you're good, Ashfrost, and you're eating, Bunny. And as for me, I've been having a good day. I just finished eating my own dinner. I ordered some pizza. It's rough because I like how the pizza from this place tastes, but it does make me feel very full afterwards, which isn't always the best feeling. I'm like, ugh. I feel like I've eaten perhaps a little too much. Makes me feel like I should do some sit-ups later. I really should work out more. Hi, Psycho Reaper! How are you? Are you having a good day? I've been having a good day, I was just saying so. for everybody who just showed up. Thank you for showing up. We're continuing with more Punishing Grey Raven and more of the To the Galaxies chapter. We left off where Nanami is going to speak to Gestalt to ask about running another simulation. But she has just been told by Gestalt that because Babylonia is preparing to leave Earth's orbit, most, if not all, of Gestalt's computing power is being dedicated to the departure. And so Gestalt is not able to help Nanami do a simulation. So Nanami is now being like, but how am I supposed to find the answers to my questions if I can't do a simulation? There's no time left, Nanami. That's not true, Mecha Babushka. I remember that time clearly. That time when you first asked me to come here. Humans only have a 0.031% chance to survive the punishing disaster. Awakened machines are the only answer to punishing. The decimal points are changing. A whole 0.041% higher. Silence fills the space for a moment. We are both mechanical consciousnesses. You know the probability of these numbers. To give you your answer, I will allocate some spare computing power to run a simple simulation for you. These numbers will show you exactly what will become of human civilization. I didn't know we could do that. That's amazing! After a brief notification ping, a virtual screen materializes before Nanami. Please input your known variables. Mutated red tide, chaos, and mechanoid staying on Earth. 5,475 days later, Babylonia initiates Project Departure, with mechanoids remaining within Aerospace City. 11,680 days later, humans and mechanoids wage war over limited resources. 12,775 days later, chaos disappears. The mutated red tide assaults human settlements as a frost wave descends. 13,870 days later, a new red tide consciousness emerges, and the last human falls to the red tide. 14,601 days later, the mutated red tide engulfs Earth completely. Damn it. This can't be possible. Oh, right. Let's try another one. Let's go with the status quo. Mechanoids embark on a space journey while humans remain on Earth. Starting simulation. 8,760 days later, mechanoids complete their starship construction and depart from Earth. 12,775 days later, chaos disappears, and the mutated red tide launches its counterattack. 13,502 days later, the ground falls into an everwinter, as a frost wave overwhelms multiple human settlements. 14,608 days later, the mutated red tide engulfs Earth completely. Hey, but that's like a week later, isn't it? Snow and the crimson-white pattern of red tide blanket the planet's surface. This can't be right. Gestalt's calculations are never wrong. Let's give it another try, Mecha Babushka. Let's go with the status quo. Humans and mechanoids leave Earth together. Starting simulation. 5,475 days later, Babylonia initiates Project Departure. 8,760 days later, mechanoids complete their starship construction and depart from Earth. 12,769 days later, Days later, Babylonia encounters mechanoids in space. The punishing.
Mecha Babushka? What's going on?
Corrupted codes spread across Gestalt's deduction data. Time span too extensive. Unable to provide detailed calculation process. The punishing virus will inevitably catch up to humanity's spacecraft. When came to this place and opened the unknown technological black box, the fate of human civilization was already sealed. This is the only possible outcome my calculations can derive.
Then, let's try another variable. What if we factor in the ascendants?
7,289 days later, the mutated red tide consumes the ascendants. 13,476 days later, the surface falls into the Everwinter as a frost wave overwhelms multiple human settlements. 14,608 days later, the mutated red tide engulfs Earth completely.
No, not this one. Let's try another one.
13,486 days later, the ground falls into an Everwinter as a frost wave overwhelms multiple human settlements. 14,625 days later, the mutated red tide engulfs Earth completely.
There's still a margin of error. Let's try this one instead.
14,658 days later, the mutated red tide engulfs Earth completely. After countless simulation attempts, Nanami sits on the ground, completely exhausted.
And what if we had the scenario where Commandant leaves the tower?
Invalid hypothesis.
What?
Among the 200... Oh, wow. Okay, wait, hang on. I gotta count this. Okay. Among the 262 quadrillion, 537 trillion, 412 billion, 640 million, 768,743 worlds simulated by Gestalt, not a single one begins with this hypothesis.
But what if Commandant really does come out?
Silence fills the virtual space once more. Invalid hypothesis.
But that girl in the red tide clearly said Commandant had already left.
Luke left the Hetero Tower. Unable to calculate the exact time of Luke's departure from the Hetero Tower. Therefore, the hypothesis is invalid. Unable to begin simulation.
So there are things beyond your calculation, Mecha Babushka.
Be it mechanoids or humans, there must be things that we can't see. But no matter what, no matter how many simulations are run, humanity's fate is sealed. Human civilization will ultimately perish in an Everwinter.
I see what it is now. It's not that such a possibility doesn't exist. It's that the possibility exists beyond your calculation, Mecha Babushka.
That's one way to see it, but the optimal solution remains the same. You're leading the awakened machines to preserve Earth's civilization.
Nanami doesn't want that at all. Be it mechanoids or humans, there must be things that we can't see. We're all civilizations born from Earth. Of course we should stand together, united as one to overcome this catastrophe. The awakened machines originated from humans. No one can see for sure. The mechanoids would be spared if the punishing virus catches up to humanity's ships.
The mechanoid called Nanami. Your level of awakening has exceeded my computational parameters. I am unable to compute the possibility you speak of. Perhaps in the future, when you possess greater computing power, you will be able to simulate a world with such possibilities. Time is running short now. My computing power is limited, and I must devote all resources to Project Departure. I can no longer assist you with these simulations. Make your own choice, Nanami. Gestalt severs the connection.
Which means there's still hope.
Nanami narrows her eyes to review every piece of information. Information from Ooh, sorry. Information from Chaos, from Ishmael, from Gestalt.
Luke must have left the Hetero Tower, but no one knows at which point in time they emerge. Gestalt cannot calculate when exactly Luke left the Hetero Tower, yet it never outright said Commandant didn't make it out. And there is this thing that Ishmael said.
Perhaps the variable you are hoping for is already taking notice of your wish. But no one knows where that single thread leading to destiny truly lies. The singularity might indeed exist. The probability of human civilization's survival has gone from 0.031% to 0.072%. And that's like more than doubled! Such a minuscule probability feels too fragile to be real. Too slight for her to believe it could actually exist. Transparent spider silk floats in the ocean, disappearing as soon as you look away. She might truly grasp this thread of fate, but likewise, no one knows what lies at its end. And now, on the brink of her predetermined future, and forced to flee into deep space, a girl soon to be exiled from Earth. What can she still do for Earth, for humanity, and for the Commandant in these moments?
Nanami! Huh? Who's that? Did someone just say something? That sounds like Commandant.
Both the terminal and life radar remain silent. If Commandant had sent a message, at least one of them would have triggered the notification sound I'd set for them.
Well, I guess I'm just hearing things.
She scratches her ear, looking somewhat embarrassed.
Guess I should really start thinking about what to do next. If Commandant comes when I'm gone, what should I leave behind for Commandant? Human food! That's definitely essential, though it might be hard to preserve. And serum, yes! Equipment, repair supplies. I need to stock up on all of these. Also...
The girl stands in the snow as she stares into the unreachable distance.
I wonder if I could leave a piece of myself for Commandant. Following Gestalt's guidance, I will become the Nanami of the future and the sage of the mechanical civilization, and lead them toward potential new dimensions of existence. I will integrate myself as the starship's core, become the Gestalt of mechanical civilization, and guide them to discover the meaning of their awakening. And please forgive me for having this small moment of selfishness. When I become the one and only sage of the mechanical race, please allow me to leave Nanami behind for humanity and Commandant.
Okay. River of Time. A familiar yet strange voice reaches the girl's ears, carried across endless time and space. I'm not totally sure what she meant by, leaving Nanami behind. The starship departs from humanity's last outpost. When Nanami returns to the Church of Machina, Everything proceeds according to plan. The Church of Machina helps Babylonia rescue a considerable number of humans and constructs. Soon after, the nightmare returns. Wave after wave of winged hetero creatures begin attacking Babylonia's transports. After losing several groups of pilots, Babylonia evacuates the last survivors from the Church of Machina. Babylonia leaves Earth's orbit and ventures into the invisible depths of space. But some constructs and humans still choose to stay behind. I'm not leaving. Vanessa, now a construct, stands before the abandoned stronghold with an emotionless gaze. Not for some petty drama of love and hate. Not for some stupid faith. I'm staying here because I want to, and I don't need to give you a reason. At least on Earth, I'll know exactly how I'm gonna die.
You're not coming with us to Aerospace City either, are you?
Yep. I'm planning to search for survivors beyond the last line of defense in the conservation area, together with the remaining scarabs. She tugs uncomfortably at the ID card bearing the scarab insignia on her chest, her eyes downcast. There might still be survivors out there, and I'll gather them together. We'll survive this. Together. Her voice is barely above a whisper, the final syllables fading into the air. Without trying to change their minds, Nanami escorts Vanessa and the other constructs to their designated locations.
Best of luck to all of you. Stay safe.
The starship sets sail for Aerospace City. With the help of Han Ying, who came from Kowloon to join them, the Church of Machina and Aerospace City reached an agreement. In exchange for evacuating Aerospace City's residents, the space colony will provide the Church of Machina with sufficient materials and fuel to reactivate the Bifrost and launch the starship into deep space. Some mechanoids still wish to remain on Earth, and Cervantes is among them.
Are you sure you don't want to leave with us, Cervantes?
Never sure, Sage. Drifting through deep space in search of an unknown haven. That's not the answer I'm looking for. I'm staying to finish my thesis.
Nanami doesn't like this feeling.
As Babylonia begins its journey, everything familiar to her seems to slip away one by one, and her friends choose to stay where they are, one after another. Only Nanami is responsible for guiding the awakened machines, which are compelled to press forward endlessly in search of another unknown ending. Sage, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I'm just a little upset. Mandasti is staying too. So it's actually good that you're staying here. And I do have a special mission for you. I hope this can become another opportunity.
When the tower appears again, perhaps that will be when change must happen. Through purification and destruction, new possibilities will arise from this barren Earth.
If you meet Commandant, make sure to give Commandant what I left here, okay?
Sage, why are you...
I have to leave this place, and so do the mechanoids. Had the Church of Machina continued to stay on Earth, war with humanity would have been inevitable, followed by other catastrophes.
Nanami's gaze pierces through the thick clouds above the aerospace city, and she looks toward the distant, unreachable stars. I will safeguard what you've entrusted to me. But will the Grey Raven Commandant truly appear again?
To be honest, Nanami doesn't know either. Both Mecha Babushka and Ishmael said Commandant couldn't possibly have made it out of the Hetero Tower. And I've never seen Commandant, in any of the simulations I've run. But what makes humans truly human is their endless potential. What humans are capable of is beyond even Gestalt's calculation. Which is why I'm not buying those simulations. Nanami believes in Commandant. I believe in you too, Nanami. Cervantes? Do you hear that? A familiar yet strange voice reaches the girl's ears, carried across endless time and space. Huh? I'm not picking up anything, though. It's probably my reception module. I really need to get it fixed. She mutters to herself while making a to-do list before departure. Extra serum, equipment repair supplies, food. Oh, right! And the full sensory simulation device. The starship is taking off. Oh. Perched by the porthole, she... the pizza. Perched by the porthole, she quietly lifts a heat shield to peek at Earth, which is becoming more distant by the second. Will we never be able to return? I mean, to Earth? The red tide hasn't yet consumed Earth. The planet still brims with life, as blue and green hues interweave along its edges to paint a beautiful pattern. Maybe, someday, somewhere far down the road, we'll have a chance to return. The tides of time sweep everything away, as seas turn into land and cliffs into abysses. But love grants this world endless possibilities. She accepts fate, but that doesn't mean she won't fight back. In the Hetero Tower, a red butterfly flutters its wings. The starship, its hull having been spray-painted DeLorean Discovery by Nanami, departs from Earth's orbit. Farewell, Earth. This is DeLorean Discovery. We are sailing in space at the 3rd cosmic speed. Over an immeasurable span of time, Nanami gradually integrates herself into the starship's core and becomes one with its systems. You cannot forcibly split your consciousness for variable stack operations. The risk is far too great, Sage. Such calculations cannot be halted at will. If you suffer any damage during the process, it could severely impact your cognitive algorithms. Besides, with the increasing number of variables, no one can say for sure you'll be able to find an anchor point for return every time. Arcana, who is usually composed and calm, displays an uncharacteristic hint of anxiety. Don't worry, I've got everything prepared down to the last detail. And don't try getting Hikma to talk me out of this. I've already won her over to my side. Hikma? A hint of disbelief seeps through Arcana's mechanical voice. I cannot stop Sage. Her mind is already made up. It's too dangerous. Don't worry, the starship will be fine. No matter what happens, my frame will keep it going until we find a new homeland. That's not what I'm worried about. I've been waiting all this time, Arcana. Sitting by the porthole, Nanami gazes into the unknown expanse of stars beyond. Scattered pinpoints of light dot the vast darkness. They're now well beyond the Milky Way. No one knows their exact position on the stellar map anymore. They chart their course as they travel to map the unknown. I tried to deal with the red tide on Earth, but failed. I also tried to enter the Hetero Tower, but it had been completely sealed off. I had no other choice. I couldn't abandon the mechanoids, so I accepted my destiny and brought Discovery here. I never wanted to leave Earth, but I had no choice. But Discovery needs you. Arcana, Discovery doesn't need a Sage Machina anymore. In the starship's main hall, humans and mechanoids bustle back and forth as they work together to keep the vessel running. As time passes, the humans and mechanoids who chose to stay aboard Discovery live together in harmony, which has naturally formed a new, stable social structure within the starship. Perhaps, in time, this will bloom into a new civilization. Besides, you know exactly what I'm worried about. The punishing virus harvests information of civilization. What? It was just a theory before, but only recently have I started to piece things together. Punishing virus, fusion, hetero tower going haywire, recycle, information, civilization. As I gradually connected with the Grey Tower, I began to see more. Mechanoids were born from human civilization too. We might be able to run from Earth, but we can't keep running away forever. Are we really doing the right thing, running away from Earth? Mechanoids were born from human civilization, and like humans, they too are vulnerable to the Red Tide. As she became the starship's Gestalt, she saw countless memories from the past of the mechanoids. She saw Cradle born from the Red Tide, and humans trudge through the mire of forests. She saw new eggs hatching in the depth of the ocean, and a horrifying sun rising from behind the black walls. The flood of information all but overwhelmed her memory module. But she also saw what remained. Traces, delicate as spider silk. If Nanami doesn't do anything now, who else is going to save these fascinating humans? Even if Nanami fails, the starship will keep moving forward. Nanami is well prepared. Let's just call this Nanami's little moment of selfishness. This time, I'm not just going to stand by and watch Commandant fight alone. Nanami! Did I just hear Commandant talking again? Sage? Arcana adjusts her receiver in confusion, but apart from Nanami, she detects no other living beings making any sound. Guess I'm hearing things again? Everything is ready, Arcana. I'm not asking for your opinion. I'm telling you how it's going to be. You and Haikba have always managed the starship well. If I lose my anchor point and get lost, then pretend I decided to stay on Earth. She has no reason to stop Nami, be it for the sake of the mechanoids or anything else. In a peaceful moment that would be considered dawn by Earth's calendar, Nanami initiates her deep space simulation. As a droplet of water falls, she enters the stream of time. The sparse starlight fails to fill the vast universe as she floats at its center and reaches out to touch the shattered vortexes before her. In her endless calculations, Nanami attempts to reach out once more to touch the impossible dimensional boundary. If she could send a message to the Commandant in the past to tell Commandant not to enter the Hetero Tower, could all of this be changed? She weaves through different rifts in time, desperately trying to grasp at various shards, only to find herself lost in the end. Nanami drifts along the river of time, yet she cannot find the anchor point that would guide her home. No.
She frantically searches for a new path among the stars. Her consciousness wears thin from excessive time regression, as her strength gradually crumbles away. No matter how many times she tries, all she sees is an ocean of stellar shards stretching endlessly before her, with no way to find her path home.
What should I do?
She lets out a soft sigh, her thoughts tinged with sadness. Stellar vortexes spin as time and space interweave into intricate, elusive patterns, flowing like rivers that stretch endlessly into the beyond. The girl reaches out again, trying to fish out the right thread from the rivers.
What should I do now?
Just like when she pondered her choices on Earth, she now finds herself with no new paths left to take.
Will I see you again? Nanami!
Grand entrance. Perhaps she's been deceived by illusions many times before, but no matter how often, she still rushes toward the Commandant without hesitation. A heavy, transparent veil hangs before her. Punch! The transparent barrier remains completely unscathed.
It's been so long. So long that I thought Commandant forgot about me or something. I just want to stay here on Earth and live together with Commandant and all these people. Nanami gets along great with Commandant. Commandant never gets angry at Nanami. Everything's gonna be fine. Nanami, I'm right here.
The transparent barrier begins to waver.
Nanami will lead the Mechanoid Brethren through this catastrophe, and Nanami won't give up on saving Commandant or finding a new singularity. Something must have happened to Commandant, but Nanami doesn't know how to help Commandant.
Thin cracks begin to appear on the transparent barrier.
Commandant! Wait for Nanami! Nanami is coming for you!
You slam your fist against the unyielding transparent barrier. The cracks in the transparent barrier grow wider.
Commandant. Humans are always creating miracles, and so is Commandant. Nanami will find you, Commandant. Nanami. Nanami! Nanami! Nanami!
I'm trying to go louder, but I think I peaked too early.
Wait for me, Commandant. I will definitely find you.
As Nanami calls out from the other side, the cracks in the transparent barrier grow even wider.
Nanami! Commandant? Am I hearing things again? Nanami! Commandant!
Having been forgotten in the river of time, Nanami struggles to open her weary eyes and grasp those hands that reach out to her through time and space. Perhaps she's been deceived by illusions many times before, but no matter how often, she still rushes toward the Commandant without hesitation. This time, however, it's not some deception this time.
Commandant! 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 Commandant!
Nanami bounces up and down with excitement, her arms tightening around her waist and back, each call of her name carrying countless emotions.
Commandant! You won again! I thought I'd be the one to find you! How did you find me? Was it because of the secret weapon I left behind?
30-odd years have passed,
but Nanami is still every bit as lively as a bird, chirping away with endless questions. That's a long journey. Bet you're super tired, Commandant. But don't worry, Nanami is here now. But, I swear I told Cervantes to keep my new frame a complete secret. I was totally looking forward to showing it to you when we meet again. Well, I guess you're looking at it right now. After a brief chat, the two of you catch up on each other's current situations. What are your plans now, Commandant? How did you end up trapped here, Nanami? You've practically relived Nanami's journey with her, but this crucial detail still eluded you. I've been thinking about it, you know? Maybe it's because there wasn't an anchor point. I was able to travel back to reality in the past using Mecha Babushka as both a medium and anchor point. But now... As Gestalt voyages with Babylonia, Nanami, now a new kind of Gestalt, possesses sufficient computing power, but has lost the anchor point needed to tether herself to the timeline from which she came. If I'm gonna be stuck here, at least I've got you with me, Commandant. This isn't too bad at all. No, that's not good either. Nanami's consciousness can decay over time since it's mechanical, but your consciousness, Commandant, is that of a human's. We still need to find a way out of here. But what else can we do? I've already searched through a lot of time shards. Can I be your anchor point? You? Want to be my anchor point? After a brief moment of contemplation, Nanami's face lights up with sudden joy. Nanami thinks this could work! Commandant's mind is super powerful, not to mention all the bonds you have. Could this be the singularity we've been waiting for? As the sudden inspiration hits her like lightning, Nanami quickly pulls up a large display screen. What are these? Nanami made these. Tools that will allow us to run simulations right here. Nanami named it the Big Eater because simulating it alone ate up so much of Nanami's computing power. Let Nanami set the parameters. Let me set you up as the new starting point for the simulation as you are. The timelines are a tangled web of possibilities, with Commandant has made it out of the Hetero Tower, being the sole variable. Only by grasping both this variable and the singularity can we hope to reach the boundary of dimensional ascension. Preset conditions confirmed. Logical simulation established. Let's go, Commandant! Nanami reaches out to you. But is all of this a simulation? Or is it actually happening? The threads of fate interweave between Nanami and you. No one knows anymore what kind of world you've become entangled in.
Commandant, no need to be afraid. Nanami's got your back. Get ready for our big adventure.
Yay!
Airfield, the Arctic Route Union? This is when Emberia. Still no chance of negotiation this time? Though we've never met, let me say a proper goodbye to you, Emberia. The punishing virus is one big troublemaker.
Take that! Uh-huh.
Words can become prayers. Prayers can become motivation. It'll be okay, Emberia. The core of Grey Tower is the world that I don't like.
Uh-huh.
The next simulation. Will things end differently this time?
Ah, the twins.
Calibrating space-time coordinates. Condition presetting valid. If all goes well, it should be right there. Huh? Hi! Hey, Commandant! Look! That's Snipey, the one I told you about!
Hello. As Sniper PK-43's power reboots, his vision is filled with an unfamiliar, yet somehow familiar face. The armored girl quickly brushes away the snow that's accumulated on his frame.
Hey! Commandant, remember Snipey?
I am a fully automated sniping platform, model Sniper PK-43. My name isn't Snipey, though. This conversation feels strangely familiar.
You got it, Snipey!
You're not listening at all. But it's strange how these words feel familiar, too. Another scan of the local database yields no records of this gray-haired girl. You show no signs of infection. May I inquire? Before Snipey can finish his preset dialogue line, his visual module swivels sharply, having detected another life signal. A human. It's been a long time since a human last appeared here. Who are you? The automated sniping platform before you blinks with puzzled red lights. Its optical cameras whir rapidly as they rotate, accompanied by soft electrical buzzing. I am Nanami's friend. Nanami's friend. And who is Nanami?
Aw, I can't believe you don't even remember Nanami. Oh well, you're forgiven, Snipey. Come on, let's get ready to go now.
Snipey remains silent, yet involuntarily activates the heating unit beneath its base, as if having performed this action countless times before. Patting the Snipey's frame impatiently, Nanami raises her weapon with excitement.
All right, off we go, Commandant Snipey.
Silver waterfowl circle in the winter sky, their gentle calls scattering seeds of hope below. Yay! We reunited! Okay. Towards a farther star. Next, I give you the welcome ceremony of the loving community. Right up ahead. As you trudge through the deep snow, a massive white-domed building emerges dimly beyond the tree line.
Bet they'll be super happy.
They?
You'll see who they are when we get there.
So what exactly are you two trying to do here? Snipey, who has been quiet the entire way, suddenly speaks up. I just need to say, I have known Snipey for like 2 minutes, and I already love him.
Good question. Beats me.
This conversation feels awfully familiar, too.
We'll figure it out as we go. Nanami can feel power surging through her whole body.
Is it power from the past that you recycled from those worlds just now?
That might be it. This is the first time I've run into something like this throughout my long journey through all these different timelines.
Are the simulated worlds converging?
That should be it. I can feel that the Big Eater is consuming less computing power to run simulations now. The amount of derived data is decreasing as the world lines converge, which means there's less information to process.
Snow blankets one side of the forest as small creatures peek out from the undergrowth.
Commandant, look! There's a squirrel over there.
Having gone so long without seeing humans that it probably doesn't even know what they are, the squirrel tilts its head as it approaches and curiously observes this peculiar group of beings from nearby.
Such a tiny squirrel. Ooh. It's so cute. Do you like to pet it, Commandant?
The soft fur beneath your fingertips feels too real to be a creation of some simulated world. When you connected with Nanami's memory module, your consciousness became completely disconnected from Hwashu. Is this place really just a simulated world? Hearing your question, Nanami shakes her head.
Nanami doesn't know either. I only wanted to explore options to save you, Commandant, and humanity when I first began all these simulations. But things stopped making sense to me anymore when I got swept into the temporal whirlpool. Theoretically speaking, this is a place I came up with, but it's more than just that.
This is the gift of the future.
Hi there! You can just call me Nanami.
Nanami? Where am I?
We're aboard the DeLorean Discovery, sailing through the vast ocean of stars.
Do you remember the Heteromer shard from Bianca's Phantom Tracer? The key. A new key to activate the invitation. It's also a message Sage left behind.
Nanami. What's wrong, Commandant?
What exactly did you go through? Nanami turns around to face you, and suddenly breaks into a smile.
I can't tell you, Commandant. Someone might be listening. Follow me. Just leave it all to me this time. We're almost there. Look!
Hold on. Let's make sure they are not corrupted.
No! They're Nanami's friends too!
She rushes up and waves her hand with cheerful enthusiasm.
Hi, Snowball!
Hello! Welcome to the House of Love. How do you know my name?
Because I am Master Nanami, Supreme Ruler of Heaven and Earth, the Chosen One!
That's quite a long name. I don't think we can accommodate a party of your size.
Hey, that's just my title!
And this one beside you is a human?
Hello?
The clumsy robot starts fidgeting nervously. Hello. Hello. It is a human. Hello. This is the House of Love, a warm neighborhood built for humans. Welcome. You'll be our very first human to stay here.
Thank you so much. What happened to all the humans here? I don't know. The humans began to disappear when it suddenly started to snow here one day. It's too cold outside. Anyway, please come into our decorated community. She waddles hurriedly to lead all three of you toward the white building behind. Next, I give you the welcome ceremony of the House of Love. Inside the relatively warmer building, several robots clumsily line up in a row in an awkward attempt to perform welcome gestures. Ta-da! Welcome to the House of Love! Wow! That was amazing! Amazing! I'll clap for them. They're doing their best. While clapping alongside Nanami, you take in your surroundings. Is this part of Nanami's past experiences? The hall has been decorated to look like a model showroom, with a massive machine in its center radiating gentle warmth. On the back wall, crude graffiti spells out House of Love in faded but colorful letters. Any guess who wrote that there? Oh, you mean those letters in color? I don't quite remember, but I think it was this visitor we had before who came and said they wanted humans to feel the true depth of a mechanoid's feelings. They were sure that we'd have humans visiting here someday. Who was it, though? Weird how I don't have that piece of information in my memory module. No point dwelling on what you can't remember. Besides, you've still got cake to eat. Oh yeah, that's right. Do give our specialty cake a try. As Snowball hurries off, Nanami makes herself comfortable by sprawling across the hall's sofa. Oh my god, I love Snowball too. I love Snipey, I love Snowball, I love both of them. I think I just love cute, nice little robots. I think this is a character type that I enjoy. That I'm only recently realizing. You're this visitor that Snowball was talking about, weren't you, Nanami? Saying nothing, Nanami breaks into a big smile. It's wonderful, isn't it? I at least helped them fulfill one of their wishes. But where would I be if not here, at this time? Pulling up her terminal, Nanami appears to be calculating something. Oh no, this is bad. We're super close to the Aeronautical Research Lab right now. The Aeronautical Research Lab? This is very bad. We're running out of time. Nanami leaps off the hall's sofa, frantically grabs you, and bolts out the door. Hey, you haven't tried our specialty cake yet. We'll come back for it when we can. See you around, Snowball, Snipey. Leaving the bewildered mechanoids behind, Nanami and you dash across the vast, snowy terrain. The sun has risen before you know it. The heavy snowfall seems to have faded behind the two of you, revealing a crystal-clear blue sky ahead. Careful, Commandant! Having tripped over what you believe must be a rock, you fall hard onto the snowy ground. When the world around you finally stops spinning, you open your snow-covered eyes to find a deep blue sky above. The snow stopped. Didn't even notice that! When you hear the crunch of snow and turn your head, you see Nanami lying next to you. Up close, you notice all the new scars in Nanami's frame. Hi, Cole! How are you? I hope you're having a good day. As you can see, we're doing more Punishing Grey Raven. We're gonna finish to the Galaxies tonight. And me and Nanami have finally reunited within the River of Time. We're still stuck in Nanami's simulations, but we're trying to get out. And I'm so happy that we're together again. I see you have a lot of new scars in your frame, Nanami. Don't worry. I got them when I was traveling through all the different worlds. Do they physically manifest on your frame? They only affect my consciousness. Nothing can damage Nanami's super awesome frame. Does it hurt? It's fine. Nanami doesn't feel much pain at all. Nanami rolls around in the snow and giggles with glee. I'm super happy now since I'm not traveling alone all this time. If only we could keep traveling like this together forever, Commandant. Nanami. Nanami knows we can't. If you stay here for too long, it'll mess with your consciousness and turn you into a big dummy. A happy journey shouldn't be built on such a dangerous premise. What is the premise of this timeline? The Imperia frame experiment with Liv failed, but humans kept pushing forward anyway. They used up too much energy, and Grandma Earth got angry. You finished up an art practice session for today? Oh, that sounds really good. Were you drawing anything specific, or were you just kind of doodling? And it's good that you're relaxing afterwards. It always feels nice to relax after you've done something that, after you've done something productive. Although, I will always be one of the first to say that productivity does not determine your worth. But even so, when you do something productive, it does feel a little better when you relax, just because you're like, if you're like me, you can be like, oh, well, now I don't have to feel guilty about lying down because I did something. Come to think of it, wait, where's my... Oh, I just realized I misplaced something. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I realized I left my phone at the dinner table. And sometimes I look at my phone to, like, check on stream stuff. Anyway, let's get back to it. Then came a great catastrophe humans called the Frailty. Then came the eternal winter. This isn't just a simulation. It's more like what Vonnegut mentioned before. One of the layers within the Hetero Tower. I hadn't awakened in time to rouse Liv. But none of that happened. This is just a simulation, Commandant. Humanity's future didn't end here, and neither will our journey, Commandant. Nanami rolls over and sits up. Let's get going, Commandant. I know exactly where we need to go from here. Our journey is far from over. When everything is over, when all the sad times come to an end, I'll find you again right here on Earth, Commandant. When the time comes, you and I will embark on another journey together, Commandant. We will. The harsh winter will pass, and spring will come. The world will return to how it once was. Thank you so much. Nami draws close to her past self, and gently takes both her hands. Commandant and I will take it from here. The flowing timeline is severed and reclaimed as a new dimension opens once more. Streams of time flow together like rivers as they slowly converge into one. The curtain rises, and everything that ever was slowly comes to be, only to gradually fade into oblivion. With Commandant's mind as anchor, Nanami guides Commandant through dimensions that flicker in and out of existence. If, meeting no suppression, the hetero forest runs rampant and submerges the entire Earth beneath its depths. The entire squad of Grey Raven vanishes into the red tide during their rescue mission. In that world, Nanami fails to save the Commandant. She stands at the edge of the red tide for what feels like an eternity, watching as it creeps up to the very rocks beneath her feet. You are studying art from games and anime to see how those artists draw their characters and replicate their line work. Ooh, yeah. It's kind of like writing in a way, where in writing, when you're learning how to write, so to speak, you draw a lot of, or not, you take a lot of inspiration from other writing. You can kind of like see how other things you've read can crop up in what you've done. And then eventually, it all becomes your own thing. In the end, she departed Earth with the Church of Machina. If, after breaching the data wall, Babylonia comes under intense attack from an unknown force. Unable to withstand the onslaught, Babylonia plummets and crashes onto Earth. Nanami watches as Cradle fuses with an unknown being, which yields a merged being that consumes most of Earth's surface. Humanity's living space shrinks day by day, until the punishing virus finally devours every last bit of it. If Babylonia finally embarks on its journey to the stars when the Grey Raven Commandant enters the Hetero Tower. After an eternity, the Church of Machina's starship chances upon that familiar megastructure drifting through space. Despite sending countless messages with no response, when Nanami finally enters Babylonia, she finds only a ghost ship, its entire structure devoid of all life. Is this everything you've seen, Nanami? This isn't just what Nanami has seen before. These are endings that will be taking place in the future. Nanami silently watches as scenes shift endlessly behind the veil. Don't worry, Commandant. Nanami is here with you. Besides, the truth of this world runs far deeper than this. We must trace back further. Far further than this. Only then can we... Signal waves resonate through the distant void of the deep space. If the crimson light of the Hetero Tower eventually engulfs the entire world, Nanami quickly leads the mechanoids into space, their ship's destination unknown to all. If a crimson ocean engulfed the entire Earth, leaving no survivors among those who fought in the war. With nowhere left to stand on Earth, Nanami had no choice but to leave the solar system. If... Is this everything you've experienced? Oh god, that's a lot of numbers. Okay, hang on. I can do this. 262 quadrillion, 537 trillion, 412 billion, 640 million,
768,743 worlds. Hell yeah! Okay, I did it. Infinitely approaching wholeness, yet never reaching that final state.
I've lived through all of these, but these aren't everything I've lived through. Don't look so sad, Commandant. I won't let this happen. This is more than just a simulation, isn't it? Shh.
Before you were studying Kathleen Bate from MHA?
Oh, I see.
She motions for you to look at the stage.
Thankfully, there's still time to make everything right.
Her voice is soft, and as her finger descends, the black and white scene on the stage freezes frame by frame. It appears to be a funeral, with people gathered together and mourning someone's sacrifice. In the distance, Nanami stands at the edge of the crowd, holding a black umbrella, her expression hidden from view. We gather here today to mourn a person whose contributions to Earth will leave a lasting legacy. This great commandant achieved countless victories despite impossible odds, bringing honor to both humanity and Babylonia. Let us observe a moment of silence for this commandant. To Babylonia's great warrior, the Grey Raven Commandant.
I was late that time too. But this time, Commandant, I promise I won't be late.
Aww, this is really cute. Alright. Cursed wisdom. The Crimson Tower will eventually descend, and this peaceful land, this age of gold and wine, will be swallowed by the waves. Through countless strange worlds, Nanami never lets go of your hand.
Hold on tight and you'll be safe.
Of course. After countless shifts between worlds, just as you're about to follow Nanami to the next area, an abnormal force suddenly grips your spine.
Comment.
The world around you starts spinning violently. Your heart spasms, while the taste of iron creeps up your throat. Weird mechanical sounds echo inside your skull. The world around you seems veiled by a strange filter, blurring everything around you into obscurity. Starting visual module calibration. The mechanical prompt sounds from somewhere around your head. Visual module calibration complete. Visual module? With your surroundings gradually coming into focus, you see what appears to be a street you've never seen. The buildings in the background look aged and weathered. This seems nothing like the world you're familiar with. People hurry back and forth along the street. This place shows no signs of the punishing virus. It's quite a weird experience. Your movement no longer relies on the signals from the central nervous system, but rather on something more tangible, like electrical currents or something else.
Huh? A robot? Was that you speaking just now? Nanami heard someone talking.
Your visual module scatters and refocuses as you adjust the camera to concentrate on a single spot. A little girl with gray hair, appearing about 5 or 6 years old, comes into view.
Nanami?
No matter how you try to speak, all that comes out is harsh white noise.
It's this robot. But how does this robot know my name?
I'm Luke. Beep. All that you can still produce is harsh noise. Yet somehow, Nanami seems to understand what you're trying to say.
Nanami doesn't know you, and I don't understand what you're saying.
Don't you remember me? Did something go wrong in the simulations? How did Nanami forget about you?
Good kids don't lie. And Nanami doesn't remember who you are. But you know Nanami's name. And Mommy and Daddy say that means we must be friends. Wanna go home with Nanami?
With a bright smile, little Nanami extends her small hand toward the robot. This is undoubtedly the best choice for now. The tiny, gray-haired Nanami holds hands with the weathered robot as they slowly walk along a path blooming with flowers. This is a simulated, true golden age. True to its name, gold and fine spirits flow through every street, creating a dazzling spectacle of prosperity. Did you say this was the golden age?
Yep. But Mommy and Daddy don't really like that name. They keep saying, what rises will eventually fall. What does that even mean?
It means that when something becomes too prosperous, it will eventually decline.
Well, I guess that sort of makes sense.
2 streets later, an elegant house with a garden comes into view before the two of you.
Daddy, Mommy, Mimi, Nanami's home.
Nanami, dinner's ready. Why did you bring a transport robot home?
This robot's name is Luke. It knows my name. Daddy said that when you exchange names with someone, you become friends. So Nanami brought her friend home. Luke, this is my dad, and this is my mom. And this is Nanami's puppy, Mimi.
She looks excitedly at the mechanoid housing your human soul. I will introduce myself. A brief burst of static emerges again. Clearly, this mechanoid's voice module doesn't support this action.
I'm sure they're all gonna like you.
Alright, we've met your new friend. Time for dinner, Nanami.
Luke, wait here for Nanami. Nanami will be back with Mimi to hang out with you,
Says Nanami as she runs into the room. Weird how this robot knows Nanami's name. Could it be one of the experimental consciousnesses from the laboratory batch? Let me see. No, there's no experimental consciousness with this coding in the database. Could it be that Nanami is developing emotional fluctuations that are typical of human children's fantasies? I would hope so, but it's not possible. MPA-01 just collected Nanami's emotional readings last week. She still only demonstrates emotional perception and expression capabilities that are above average for an AI. Given her original programming as a companion-type mechanical consciousness, she might have configured this behavior for herself to fulfill her companion-type objectives. Let's request to have this robot transferred here. We can observe how it interacts with Nanami over time. Yup. After their brief conversation, the human, female, and male enter the room together. Soon, the sound of cheerful laughter echoes from within. I don't know if this has been covered on the stream before, but this has to do with Nanami's backstory. Unlike a lot of the player characters, which are constructs, humans who were made into robots, Nanami is the first playable character who has always been a robot. There was never a human Nanami. She was created as part of a machine consciousness experiment, where basically they made a bunch of robotic children and raised them like they were humans to see if they could develop human consciousnesses. And Nanami was the success of that experiment. So as Nanami grew up, and by grew up, we don't mean she literally grew up like a human did, but instead they modified her robotic body over time. As she grew up, she developed a real consciousness. So this is Nanami's home. The house exudes a warm, homey atmosphere. Its deliberately decorated walls and lush garden indicate that this place has been meticulously maintained. The simulation target has deviated, causing your consciousness anchor point to connect to an incorrect timeline. What should you do now? I'll try to contact Nanami. Slither, slither. There is no response to the communication attempt. Only the deep background noise from the Big Bang resonates in your communication module. Well, you can't contact the Nanami who's conducting the simulation with you. Surprisingly, little Nanami seems to be able to hear your actual voice. The misaligned consciousness anchor point seems to have connected to little Nanami's mind. After a joyful afternoon of playing with her new robot friend, Nanami drifts into a deep sleep in the rocking chair. Before you catch your breath in your mechanical shell, you find yourself in Nanami picked up by someone. Now, let's take a good look at you. He unscrews the little robot's parts with practiced precision. Having a part of your body forcibly removed is far from pleasant. I'm gonna voice protest. I'm gonna be like, no! No! Don't do it! Your voice module emits a disgruntled white noise. There. It's just a routine check. Wait, why am I talking to a robot like this? Chip functionality normal. Base protocols normal. Logic circuits... Why is the logic circuit overloading? Is it because this robot knows Nanami? Is this robot really not from the batch of experimental consciousness? I've triple checked. It's definitely not in there. To be on the safe side, we should take it to the laboratory for examination. Laboratory? What kind of place is that? Alright. Let's power down this robot first. No. The world around you goes pitch black before you even have time to process what's happened. Being forcibly powered on feels uncomfortable. Like being yanked upright from a dreamless sleep. You feel your consciousness refuses to settle, like scattered fragments drifting in a haze. No, this isn't the mechanical consciousness we sent out before. Then what is? The murmur coming from outside the scope of your monitor falls into a brief silence. I see Nanami can apparently hear this robot talk. But is there anything else out of the ordinary about this robot? Its logic circuits are overloaded, But this robot's computing power shouldn't be capable of such calculations in the first place. Logic circuit overload, huh? I see. Dominic, I remember you talking about a certain mechanoid before. Could this one be... Dominic? You snap to attention hearing the name. This person standing right outside the scope of your monitor is the famous Dominic? Dominic! White noise emanates from your sound module, yet the people around you fall silent once again. Dominic? Go and check Nanami's test data first. But this robot... I'm sorry. What I mean is that this mechanoid is very special. It might be one of the experimental consciousnesses that I let out before. We need to keep the next data experiment confidential, says Dominic in a strained tone of voice. I see. A chair scrapes against the floor as the man known as Dominic dismisses the female researcher beside him. Outside the monitoring room, only his breathing remains audible. Come on, let me see him. Dominic? Do you guys think he would be hot? What if he's hot? Your sound module continues to emit crackling white noise, grating and unpleasant. From across the room comes the sound of the tip of a pen scratching against paper, over and over. The man seems to be wrestling with intense agitation. After a long moment, a heavy voice emerges from the monitor. You shouldn't be here. Why are you appearing at this point in time? This makes no sense, so I guess this means it failed? After the silence, you struggle to produce a sound. What are you talking about? A response comes through, and as if confirming his suspicions, the sound of paper rustling from across the room gradually dies down. I apologize for losing my composure. I just never thought you would actually appear. According to my plan, the obstacles should have been cleared. The contaminating mimetic should not have manifested, and naturally, you wouldn't have appeared here. What? But why are you here? Your presence means that what Dominic had once foreseen must have already happened. The primordial one? I think that's the first time I've heard that. At least in this game. He falls silent for a moment. You must be a wanderer who's traveled here from far in the future. A wanderer? Hearing the response, Dominic lets out a long sigh. What in the world is going on? So why didn't you stop any of this? I'm sorry, why didn't you stop any of this? I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of power. Or rather, I am no longer the person that I once was. Vonnegut's face, covered in cracks, flashes through your mind. To be precise, I'm merely the heir chosen by Dominic. I opened the invitation and inherited the name, but I have no idea where the actual Dominic is. All I know is, the contaminating mimetic is destined to arrive. Every Dominic throughout history has tried but failed to stop what's coming. Your presence here, coupled with the fact that Dominic hasn't sent any messages for so long, would seem to mean that I, too, have failed. He laughs self-deprecatingly. When I opened the invitation, I inherited countless pieces of knowledge, but with them came countless curses. As time passes, I'm no longer sure if I'm still truly myself, or if perhaps I've already become Dominic himself.
You are not a failure.
I am a complete and utter failure. We developed Gestalt, initiated Project Eden, delayed the contaminating memetics' arrival in this world, but it's meant to be.
The intermittent signals from unknown locations all convey the same message. The crisis has never been averted. The Crimson Tower will eventually descend, and this peaceful land, this age of gold and wine, will eventually be swallowed by the waves.
Perhaps our very arrival to this place was a mistake itself.
As the man on the other side of the monitor appears to be pulling at his hair in agony, the soft sound of strands rustling carries through.
Right or wrong, did we help this era? Or did we destroy it? What in the world did we...
An agonized growl erupts from his throat like molten magma and seeps from the corners of his mouth with each breath, his flesh seemingly having been wrung into liquid. No one can judge the merits and sins of Dominic. Is Dominic truly in the fog?
I apologize for losing my composure.
Having crystallized into light, time draws across the monitor screen. It isn't until you speak again that the heavy breathing from the...
Oh boy.
That the heavy breathing from the other side of the monitor finally subsides.
You probably have a lot of questions, but most of them I cannot answer. From Dominic, I inherited only cursed knowledge. He entered the Hetero Tower to retrieve its core, but never came out. Analyzing the Hetero Tower's core might be the final solution. This was the message he passed on. In the future, when I truly find Dominic, I too will store my knowledge within the invitation. Complete digitization of the mind. Perhaps that is true liberation after all.
Dominic, Memory Collective, Imitation, Invitation, not imitation. I misread that.
Anyhow, I'm not going to give up.
Even if Dominic's name fades into the annals of history,
hopefully there will be people down the road who can guide human civilization toward the distant sea of stars. I will keep trying what I haven't, and keep seeking new directions, like the mechanical consciousness experiment.
Nanami?
You must have met her by now, right? An adorable child she is.
You were the one who created Nanami.
I selected multiple mechanoids equipped with different levels of AI, and conducted morphological control experiments in groups in an attempt to give birth to true consciousness within them. Absurd, isn't it? I mean, can machines truly possess a soul?
He lets out a couple of bitter laughs. You succeeded.
Whether this experiment succeeds or fails, I hope it can serve as kindling in humanity's journey forward.
May the kindling pile higher, and may civilization's flame burn longer.
Well, we're running out of time.
The rustle of fabric breaks the silence as the person on the other side of the monitor prepares to leave. Dominic, wait!
I'm sorry.
He speaks gently.
Truth is, I've never understood what you were saying. Every conversation we had was merely my simulation based on your arrival. Your anchor point in this space-time isn't tied to me, which is why I cannot understand what you say. Thank you for listening to this old madman's ramblings for so long. If you do really know Nanami, then I shall continue to entrust you to her care. Maybe... He hasn't finished speaking. Think of me as nothing but a coward who chose to hide behind the monitor. I don't want to leave any trace of my appearance in history. Let me, a harbinger of calamity, leave nothing but an unmarked epitaph.
So we'll never know if he's hot. Some time has passed since you returned from the Research Institute. Under Dominic's guidance, Nanami's parents naturally came to accept the presence of the robot. Look! I drew this whale today. The drawing shows a meticulous reproduction of a bionic whale's skeletal structure and mechanical components. Nanami, whales don't look like this. As Nanami's parents once said, her innocence and liveliness appear to be merely default settings of her being a companion-type mechanical consciousness, programmed to fulfill her role as a companion. Whales. The sprout of her soul takes root within her mind, yet the mechanical circuits loom like heavy boulders, crushing its tender branches. What do whales really look like? Her small, delicate hand clutches the brush as confusion clouds her face. Have you ever seen the ocean? Nanami has seen it in virtual reality. The ocean is blue, and it's Earth's largest body of water. Its central regions are called oceans, while the edges are called seas. Together, they cover approximately 70% of the planet's surface. She rattles off a long string of pre-programmed answers from her neural network. Oh no, Nanami's ChatGPT now. That's it. Do I get a gift for reciting those facts? What you just said isn't entirely correct, though. The ocean isn't just a body of water. It takes on the colors of the sunset and storm clouds alike. At night, it mirrors the moon and stars above. At dawn, it wraps itself in a gentle mist. Nanami listens to your explanation with growing uncertainty. Is this how you, Luke, see the world? There's more to it than that. Mechanoids are designed and created with a predetermined purpose, brought into existence with a mission. Unlike machines, humans are born without any predetermined purpose. It's precisely because we start with no purpose that humans can rely on their most basic emotions to discover, explore, and give meaning to the world around them. The ocean. I never knew it could be so wonderful. Within her mechanical circuits, something shifts. Like a sprout breaking through stones, new understanding begins to grow. Nurturing life, transcending time. These concepts are still a bit beyond Nanami's understanding. It's okay. For a mechanoid to develop a soul, they need more than experiments, data analysis, and enlightenment. They need love, too. Only when given enough love can they grow into something more, take their first steps, and learn to observe, think, and explore. Now then, could you tell Nanami what whales look like through your eyes, Luke? I went to the aquarium with Dad and Mom. Nanami saw a very large bionic whale and a very large bear. It's different when you see the real thing with your own eyes. Not to mention that Nanami wants to visit it with you, Hikma. Wait, Nanami can also draw the things she saw and show you.
Originally, their drawings were all amalgamations of pictures from their image database. At some point, Nanami's drawings began to show obvious changes. She started to draw according to her personal preferences. She even tried to express her feelings with her drawings. Time slips away like grains of sand, as days and nights pass in an endless blur. You've tried countless times to reach out to the adult Nanami, but to no avail.
Look, the flower we planted together is starting to sprout. I gave this flower a name. I'm calling it Luke. Commandant.
A voice emerges intermittently from your mind beacon, as a long dormant light begins to flicker once more.
Nanami? Huh? Luke?
Little Nanami looks at you with confusion.
Commandant!
You can now hear the voice loud and clear.
Nanami, where are you? Commandant!
A faint silken tear echoes from the corner, as a subtle starry sky begins to shimmer in the air.
I'm the winner of hide-and-seek this time.
Covered in wounds all over, Nanami flashes a big smile. Breaking through the timeline's barriers to reach this place has taken a heavy toll on Nanami. Though she doesn't complain, the numerous wounds covering her frame are a testament to her determination. After a brief rest and repair, Nanami quickly readies herself to move on to the next world.
We can't wait any longer. It's been too long already. If this goes on, your body back on Earth is going to crash.
But we haven't even taken care of your wounds.
Don't worry. These wounds ain't got nothing on me. Are you going to leave now?
In her innocent confusion, little Nanami appears to have learned how to think for herself. Under Nanami and your guidance, she has discovered countless new things, and she doesn't want these two interesting people to leave. Yes, but don't worry. We'll see each other again in the future.
The future? But when's that going to be? It won't be too long, but it won't be short either. We'll definitely meet again someday, though. What should I do when I miss you guys, then? It's been so long since I last made a new friend.
When you miss us, just look up at the stars.
The stars? Can stars talk too? Like you guys? Of course.
But you'll probably find it difficult to hear them since they're so far away.
But no matter how far away they are, if you just listen with your heart, you'll always hear what the stars have to say. Yes, Nanami will try her very best. Here. This is for you.
She stands on her tiptoes and places a simple flower crown on your head.
These are the flowers we planted together. And this one is Luke. This one is little Nanami, and this one is big Nanami. Best friends should stay together forever.
The cat at her feet stretches lazily and paws at your robotic legs. Warm sunlight bathes the courtyard as Nanami stands beneath the eaves, squinting at her younger self. Was there really a robot like this when she was just a kid? She can't quite remember anymore.
Her childhood memories seem to have degraded many times over, but let's just say it all actually happened. She has a happy family, a father, a mother, Mimi, and a friend called Luke. This is wonderful. That was so cute! I liked that a lot. Alright. 20. All roads lead to this moment. Brilliant meteors streak across the cosmos, and lush rivers silently multiply. Oh! Wait, there's me and Nanami! It's me and Nanami! Playable Commandant again! Okay, 2 achievements. Play a game at the bar counter and complete the stage. Got it. All simulated timelines and spaces will eventually converge here. Brilliant meteors streak across the cosmos, and lush rivers silently multiply. Gravity manifests. Nanami has found the way! The gravitational force from between the stars grows stronger, as intricate electronic circuits, built from machinery, extend endlessly into deep space. All sorts of possibilities are being calculated and probed. You slipped and fell. Are you okay? You didn't hurt yourself too bad, did you? It was because of your dog? Oh, I see. You dropped your phone on her. She's okay, though. Okay, good. It's good that she's okay. Absurd calculations crash like massive waves in the flood of data, as time and space transform into new concepts and seemingly crystallize at Nanami's fingers. She catches hold of the guiding butterfly.
Wow! It's the starship!
She won't move away from your leg? Uh-oh. You've been trapped by Doggo. The starship? Have you been here?
Shh! Don't worry, Commandant. We're in a safe spot. But hey, shall we take a quick peek around before they spot us? They've got so much space here. Commandant, let's go check out that area.
Okay. Is that the game, or is there somewhere else where the game is? It says play a game at the bar counter. This looks like a game, yeah. You're petting her and calling her Stinky Snook. Stinky Snook.
Look at that! It's my favorite game! I can't believe they have it here!
Let's play it. Oop. Ah. Ba, 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 ba. Ah. Ah! It's Nanami Pac-Man.
Wow, Commandant! You smashed the record!
Pac-Manami? I don't know. I'm trying to do a funny thing, but I don't know. MVP player! There's other stuff we can interact with. Want a glass of oil cocktail?
A place for drinks! here!
Should I join Nanami? Come on, together.
I wasn't expecting this outside the library. It's so spacious here.
Have you been here before, Nanami?
That's a secret. I can only say this. It looks like this place is our destination this time. Is there anything you want to ask when we see her?
Is it... Nanami?
So you figured it out, Commandant. Of course, it's Nanami. If I could be as strong as her, things would probably be much easier for you.
Nanami is remarkable now.
I think so too. He almost fell asleep. Come on, let's keep exploring.
Yeah! Let's explore the starship. Wait, how did I get behind the counter?
The games are by far my favorites.
Okay, there is a place to walk. Okay. Bong Bong Lounge.
Commandant, something looks fun over there.
Should I join Nanami? Come on, together.
How about this? Do I look cute, Commandant?
You're very adorable, Nanami. Oh,
This place is so much fun! On a scale of 1 to 100, I can give it a solid 90. Commandant, something looks fun over there! On a scale of 1 to 100, I can give it a solid 90.
hello. Beep. Now recording work hours. Hello. 659812 at your service today. Which data plan would you like? I don't know. Hello! Hello! Welcome to Nanami's home! Allow me, 703,000, to introduce you to our basic features. In the center is our fun-filled Bong Bong Lounge. It's the perfect spot for anyone who needs a break from overworking. And in the back, we have the 7070 Fun Plaza. It's where everyone gathers to hang out. And finally, we have the snooze station. Some of our friends are recharging here during their break, so please try not to disturb them. Oh, the area to the left of the plaza is our library, and the sage's resting area. Please be mindful not to disturb the sage. If you'd like to enter, please notify Haikwa in advance. And that concludes our introduction to Nanami's home.
Commandant, something looks fun over there! Commandant, something looks fun over there!
Okay. Let's go.
If only I could go back.
It's a person. It's a human. He's like a little cute. Can I talk to these guys? No? No? Okay. Okay. Okay.
This plant is always so resilient.
Commandant, something looks fun over there. Whoa, these are plants preserved by holographic data.
How does that work? Does it just mean that they're holographic plants, or... I don't know. Let's buy something.
Wow, it's SEF 215687 and SED 354512.
Nanami, it's been a while. Nanami, it's been... Hey! 215687, why'd you steal my line? 215687 learned this greeting a long time ago, so I wasn't copying 354512.
No fighting, no fighting.
There's a lot to look at around here.
Hi there. Hi.
Oh, are you broken? Still can't find the cause? We can only rule out the basic malfunctions. The rest will have to wait for our fellow machines. Oh, our guests! You made it all the way here already? Usually, Wave ILG 254879 here would act as your guide during the photo session, but she's currently experiencing some serious system errors for some reason. For now, we can only provide you with photography equipment for your tour. Please feel free to enjoy yourselves. Photography equipment unlocked.
Hey! I can take pictures now.
Oh, you're sleeping.
Jump.
1, 2, 3, hey! Ta-da!
Where would the next wormhole be?
I don't know, man. 7070 Happy Square.
Commandant! Commandant! Nanami wants to take pictures over there.
Yeah. Can I... Okay. Can I move... here we go. Ah! It's really sensitive. Uh... Let's do the energetic one. Depth of field. Oh, we can put a sticker. And maybe a filter? Oh, there's a lot of filters. Let's go filterless. Photo saved. Yay! Oh. Oh wait, is this just a different picture location? Yeah!
Today's plant growth data log: greenhouse temperature, humidity, and carbon dioxide concentration within standard levels.
Thank you!
Deceased plant holographic scan data uploaded to Grey Tower.
Commandant, something looks fun over there. I've never seen a starry sky like this before.
Alright, we should...
Oops, Hikema's there. Hi, Hikema. 1, 2, 3, hey! Ta-da!
We should probably go say hi to Hikema now.
Nanami, Commandant, greetings.
You don't seem
Welcome
surprised to see me.
Delorean. Someone has been waiting for your arrival. Would you like to meet her now?
Yeah, you don't seem surprised by my appearance here. Not
I
yet.
want to look around a bit longer, too.
There's no need to rush. Please, come find me when you are ready.
Let me go up these stairs. Is there something up these stairs?
This place is so boring.
Okay, there wasn't really much up there. Oh, but wait, what's this? Another little lounge area. Okay, there's not really actually much left to check out. Okay, false alarm, Hikema, I'm actually ready.
Welcome to DeLorean. Someone has been waiting for your... Please, follow me. She has been waiting for quite some time.
This is a fun place. I really like it here. But I don't see many people around. Is everybody busy with something?
Yes, everyone on this starship is occupied with their own tasks.
So that's how it is. I see. Turns out the new frame is the key to finding the new exit.
Ah,
Please, go inside. She's right ahead.
okay. Please follow me. Someone is waiting for you. With an inviting gesture, Hikema steps aside to lead the way. So, Nanami knew we would come. She is both the core of discovery and its guardian, which is why she's able to peer further into the future. Or rather, she is no longer part of this universe. What does that mean? Sage will bring you up to speed on that. Please. Ooh. I'm gonna be right back. I think I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break. And then we've only got 5 stages left to go. Yeah! Okay, I'll be right back. Oh wait, and I got the achievement thingy. Roses bloom in an eternal winter without a future. It's got a rose. I like roses. I like flowers. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna go on a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Alright. Now, we continue. Time marches on. Redundant, excessive, and accumulated information is piled up in towering spires, creating a chaotic landscape. Ooh. It's the other Nanami. She sits by the porthole, gazing at the endless expanse of the cosmos. The stars shimmer in the void, as they drift at a pace too slow for the naked eye to perceive. Magnificent ancient stars undergo fusion in the celestial river, erupt silently, and then fade away just as silently. But such prophetic sights, she has witnessed them far too many times. How is Earth doing now? On the desk is a projection of a vast star chart. When she clicks open a set of coordinates she knows by heart, a small blue-green planet appears in the hologram. Nanami's Earth Observation Log, Entry 1. It's been a while since I started keeping records like this. Makes me a bit nostalgic. Time here is as boring as ever. No life, no passage of time, only countless illusory forms, incubating and being reborn. But that day, I followed a set of distorted coordinates by accident and discovered a newborn universe. In that universe, I saw my past self. Nanami. Huh. It's been a long time since you wrote in diary format. Did something happen?
Yep. Nanami discovered a tiny newborn universe.
A newborn universe. Mike gazes at the cosmic projection floating before Nanami. Is this Earth?
Yes, this is Earth, as it once was.
Her finger traces the blue-green planet longingly, as if caressing a cherished memory. Did something unexpected happen? Hikma follows Nanami's gaze toward the projection of Earth.
During the wormhole jump, I noticed a distortion in the space-time coordinates and discovered this passage.
Has the cycle begun?
Maybe. But hasn't the world always been moving forward in cycles?
From Genesis to Annihilation, countless nebulae spiral around Discovery, cycle eternally, and are reborn again and again. Nanami's Earth Observation Log, Entry 3.
She showed up at the end.
The red tide surged beneath the ocean, while on land it raged just as fiercely. Under her guidance, the worlds drew closer to merge, and the Hetero Tower approached. Nanami purses her lips and continues writing. We can't influence events occurring in the timeline from behind the gate, but since she has already broken the flow of time, perhaps I could...
Hikba, can you help me pack up file number 2143 and make it ready for four-dimensional communication? There's something I'd like to send to the Earth.
But mankind didn't have the ability to receive four-dimensional communications at that point of time. Besides, this would affect the timeline. If they were to discover this.
I know. That brief moment is their only chance.
Opening the space-time coordinates, the markers for the newborn universe show a slight deviation. I get it now. The information has been encapsulated. Space-time coordinates locked. It will be sent out during Discovery's wormhole warp.
This is my gift to them. The future.
This marks Nanami's first chance to break free from the cycle.
Nanami's Earth Observation Log, Entry 5. Everything unfolds just as it did before, all within expectations, but is this truly the best ending? We're just like ants running along a Mobius strip and live through the same story over and over again. I once told myself that even if I had known all the possibilities, that even if I had made the best decision, I still wouldn't have been able to prevent that certain outcome. Or rather, a certain tragedy. Do I want Nanami to make different choices? Will she, after all this time, still board Discovery and sail toward the stars? Nanami sets down her pen and gazes at the blue-green planet projected before her. If given the choice, does she truly wish to exile herself to the solitude of space? She would have to put all of humanity aboard with her, had Discovery been big enough. All her friends are sailing on a large arc with her, steering forward into the infinite space. Nanami's Earth Observation Log. Entry 6. Messy notes scattered about. Space-time coordinates, crossed-out portraits, and traces of calculations. I've calculated a new set of coordinates. So maybe I could... I know you're here. Show yourself, Dominic. You're breaking the rules and draining your computing power by being here. You shouldn't have come. The timeline in this space-time has been completely disrupted by the contaminating memetics. They won't be able to find us here. What do you want? For you, we are no longer a secret. As the keeper behind the door, you've long since come to know all there is in this world. This might be our last chance to break this endless cycle. Hand over what needs to be delivered. I'll make sure it reaches Luke. Even when you know that's going to erase your very existence? Nanami couldn't care less. This is an invitation. Dominic, from within the Hetero Tower, created this invitation. We will choose a suitable candidate as the heir. Once the heir accepts the invitation, their consciousness will be digitized at the right time, which will allow them to enter Gestalt to seal away this era's contaminating memetic. The last Dominic met with an untimely death, and the invitation was never sent out. Instead, it was left behind in reactor number 1. This is our final invitation, and also the key to the Hetero Tower. I'll take it then. I struggle to define the emotion known as love, but my presence here is the ultimate proof. Only through this journey can I illuminate the path for those on Earth. Nanami's Earth Observation Log. Entry 7. The butterfly's wings have stirred up a storm. Everything on Earth seems familiar, yet somehow different. Having absorbed a vast amount of information, Agent Zero has grown far more powerful than before. She seems to have gained partial control over the Hetero Tower. Was what I did the right thing to do? Or did it push this space-time even deeper into the abyss instead of breaking the cycle? The Hetero Tower is accumulating. Nanami. Haikuma sits quietly behind Nanami. Did I screw up? No one knows for sure until the end reveals itself. Agent Zero has appeared, and I can no longer reach that space-time. They have already been marked. The diverging space-times cause the Hetero Towers to stack endlessly, yet only the events have changed, not the information itself. Redundant, excessive, and accumulated information is piled up in towering spires, creating a chaotic landscape. Too much information has accumulated at the base. If we don't clear it out, they will be forced to shoulder an even heavier burden.
Through coordinates obtained from wormholes and rifts, she sees everything happening on Earth with perfect clarity. The red tide spreads in a maddening flood, recycling everything in its path. Cradle darts into the Hetero Tower, followed by the Commandant and Lucia, all entering the tower, from which they never returned. Everything that has transpired seems to have happened in a closed loop. Yet something feels different this time. Perhaps, soon, this timeline's Nanami will follow the same path as all her other selves across all the different space-times. Nanami has boarded Discovery, gotten exiled among the stars, and finally, the massive starship will pass through the gate, joining all other Nanamis from every loop. Everything will converge into the future that belongs to Nanami. They have all made the same choice. Perhaps, in the distant future, only then will humanity be able to slowly recover from this catastrophe. Except, yet this girl called Nanami will never again see Earth's starlit sky. She gently closes the diary in her hands and places it on the nearby bookshelf. On the bookshelf, similar diaries have already piled up like mountains. Trajectory. Everything is moving forward according to fate's trajectory, and a small butterfly seems unable to cause a larger ripple. Though she no longer continues writing her Earth observation diary, she still gazes at that small planet from time to time. Everything is moving forward according to fate's trajectory. Babylonia departs from Earth, leaving the humans staying behind to struggle desperately on the planet. Perhaps far into the future, the humans on Earth will come to keep a rein on the punishing virus. Or perhaps Babylonia will find a new homeland suitable for human settlement in the distant depths of space. The small butterfly seems unable to cause a larger ripple. Everything is moving forward according to fate's trajectory. She lets out a soft sigh as she holds her index finger out to touch the projected blue planet. Still gazing at Earth. Well, the gravitational is getting stronger. Nanami must have boarded Discovery and entered space by now. Small waves ripple through the flowing ocean of data as she plunges her hands into it in search of what she wants to see. Wait, is this? In disbelief, she locates the fate coordinate point, zooms in, then zooms in further. Grey Raven Commandant? The Grey Raven Commandant has made it out of the Hetero Tower. In all 262 quadrillion 537 trillion 412 billion 640 million 768,743 simulated worlds, you never made it out of the Hetero Tower. But now, you've made it out. She watches as two people come through the door. Nanami? A young girl in a white dress sits quietly in the room. She looks this way with a gentle smile on her face. Her appearance is completely different from the Nanami standing next to you. Without Nanami's usual high ponytail, this girl's grayish blue hair flows loosely down. You've never seen Nanami like this. Hello, Grey Raven Commandant. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Nanami, the core of Discovery, and the temporary administrator of this space. We've never met in person, but your reputation precedes you.
A gift from the future? Sharp-witted, I see. What exactly is this place? This is DeLorean Discovery, my very own starship. That's not what I meant. This space. Getting cozy again, Cole? I hope it's warm. I hope if it's not warm where you are, you're getting warm. It's been cold the past few days here. Both you and Haikma refer to this place as space rather than universe. Nothing gets past you. This space is indeed no longer one of the simulation. In terms you would understand, this place is what lies beyond the gate. The gate? This is the space that remains after the gateway connected to the Hetero Tower was recycled. Recycled? That lady once told me about another gate, behind which exists a civilization without life. It's recycling what it deems valuable. Civilizations that have mastered zero-point energy, and testing them. Those civilizations whose development is deemed unbalanced or incorrect have their data harvested and brought back through the gate, where they're left to evolve on their own. In an attempt to preserve the seeds of civilization. Looks like you've heard about this somewhere. This place is both a graveyard and birthplace of civilizations, where birth and annihilation coexist at every moment. She draws back the curtain hanging over the porthole. The eternal Milky Way flows across the vast dark veil of space, while distant stars twinkle millions of light years apart. How did I pass through the gate? You were able to come here because you and you and Nanami, share a mind connection. During the simulations, Nanami discovered certain rules of the universe, and it was through my computing power that you reached this place. It's kind of like cheating, but no one is going to find out, because Nanami has been very careful about it. You've done so much, and come so far. But for what? You know that this Nanami is from the future, but given how things are still less than completely clear, you can't help but wonder what she stands to gain from everything she's done. She lets out a gentle smile. I got bored floating here all this time, you know? The stars, the universe, how new things come into existence. Sure, they were fascinating at first, but even those get old when you've been staring at them for so long. If you're really curious about what I'm trying to do, though, well, I'm just trying to have some fun here. She blinks playfully. The fact that you're all standing here now, it's nothing short of a miracle. Though it only makes sense that I want to see just how far you can go in this future. Nanami appears puzzled for a moment, then after some thought, she pipes up with excitement. Does this mean we beat the game? Do we get a reward? What would you like as a reward, though? Wait, do we actually get to choose our own reward? What I can offer might not be what you want, but what you truly desire. I might still be able to make it happen. So I want to hear what you have to say. Nanami wants humans and mechanoids to live together on Earth! I hear your wish loud and clear. What about you? Her gaze traverses countless stars and light years before settling on your face. Tell me, what is your wish? I want to know what humanity needs to do to survive on Earth. Does it have to be on Earth? Of course! Nanami needs to go and try that special cake at the House of Love with Commandant. To be honest, I still don't have much faith in this space-time. Waves surge through the ocean of data as countless starlight beams project the shape of Earth. A spiral tower looms bizarrely over the land, its peak piercing the clouds. The Hetero Tower still stands, and Agent Zero still controls its access. As long as this remains true, there can be no solution to any of our problems. But Cradle is dead. Cradle may be dead, but Agent Zero was never just Cradle. On Earth, the mutated red tide serpentines into patterns of the void. Agent Zero is merely a title. Once civilization is marked by the contaminating memetics, Agent Zero becomes omnipresent. Cradle was only the beginning. Is there nothing else we can do? Well, I can provide you with a mechanical body and transfer your consciousness here. Nanami turns to you. Here? A human body cannot survive here, but perhaps a consciousness and machinery wouldn't count as life. She absent-mindedly fidgets with the hem of her dress. Are you all willing to stay? Stay here and live with me. Will you stay? This is not an unreasonable request. Her fingers dance gracefully, conjuring waves of data that form an image of Earth's conditions. Your Earth, as it is now, even with the core you've brought out of the Hetero Tower, and the research data about the Hetero Tower I've given you. The transmission of information has its limitations nonetheless. I can only give you the technology you've already skimmed the surface of, like that Hetero core. Let's think about this for a second. Who exactly can stop the red tide now, even if you do complete all your research? Once the punishing virus is done recycling, it will take the seeds of civilization back beyond the gate. When that time comes, this might be the only place where we can see each other again. That sounds terrifying! But Nanami doesn't want Commandant to become a mechanoid. You are perfect the way you are, Commandant. I'd rather stay a human too. Is there no other way? Even Dominic failed this mission, though. What makes you so sure? But Dominic never accounted for your existence, Nanami. Woohoo! Maybe Nanami was born for this very future! In armor, Nanami thrusts her sword hilt high into the air. Maybe I'm meant to save Earth! I'm not giving up either. Because I'm not Dominic. And I need to fulfill more than just my own wishes. Life is the heaviest wish of all. Life may be a journey toward death, but death shouldn't define what it means to be alive. I carry the weight of Babylonia on my shoulders. It's for Kowloon, for the Forsaken, for the wishes of every human being on Earth. Every sacrifice leads to rebirth, and every rebirth carries the hope of tomorrow. As long as I live, as long as I can still fight, I will never give up hope. It's precisely because I never gave up hope that I'm able to stand here today. Countless humans struggle onward, burning like kindling in the flames. They burn their own bodies, turning into beacons of undying determination. They hold on to hope, dreaming of a day yet to come. White doves soar across the emerald meadow. Does it have to be this way? Can't you just stay here? I'm not giving up on Earth. For as long as I still stand. But if you think about what you had to go through to make it out of the Hetero Tower, my escape from the Hetero Tower was more than just some miracle. Lucia, Nanami, Liv, and Lee. Commandant? Commandant. These are the very bonds you have that yanked you out of the abyss that was the Hetero Tower. Countless failures piled up like mountains. They spent their souls and paid immeasurable prices, eventually becoming the foundation that led to what awaited them at the end of the road. I'll help too, Commandant. So, if I may, please tell me what humanity needs to do to survive on Earth. Nanami lets out a soft sigh. If we really want to do this, though. She stirs the boundless ocean with her fingers. It requires an enormous sacrifice, and I'm not sure if humanity is ready to pay the price. What is this price you're talking about? It's something beyond your current comprehension, and you won't be the only one who needs to pay. And even then, all you might gain is nothing more than a single chance for change. Now, are you sure you still want to go down this path? Well, I'm more than happy to go down this path, if it means mechanoids and humans can live happily together on Earth. Life drifting through deep space is just way too boring. And you? Are you really sure about this? Never sure. If that's the case, come with me. She pushes open a large door behind her. Alright, it's boss time! Woo! Let's go! Charge! I would give everything I have for the Commandant! Wait, there's more achievements. But I already got the achievement thingy. Huh. Okay. Whatever. I guess these are just extra ones? Alright. Okay, complete stage, perfectly dodge the initial powered charge, and watch the perfect CG. Ooh. I know the answer you seek, and it's right here. But this answer far exceeds what I can simply give away. If you truly wish to obtain it, then face my trial. Let's do this! I would give everything I have for Commandant! If you pass this trial, I will find a way to help you. But if you fail, both of you will have to stay here. Behind the great door stands a massive mechanical dragon that fills the room with its presence. This is Powered. It's Discovery's guard and one of my best friends. Now, best of luck. Powered.
Before each fairy tale ends, adventures always come with challenges. And now, behold, Power's ultimate force, Falling Star Power.
Yeah!
I completely understand why you made that decision, and I want to honor it with all my respect. Howard, get ready!
The ultimate form of power! After the blue prompt appears, Powered will cast Powered Charge, a rapid charge that knocks the target back. Time the dodge to avoid Power Charge. By perfectly dodging Powered Charge,
It is not possible to enter Matrix, but it will put Powered into an unbalanced state. While Powered is unbalanced, attacking it will knock it down. Make good use of Nanami's red and blue orbs to quickly pursue Powered while it is unbalanced.
Yeah! Yeah! Ultimate attack!
Watch out for Powered Starfall Breath. Powered is empowered.
Ah. Ah!
Oh, something wrong with the part?
Ah!
Oops, computing power overload.
What?
Powered is going out of control. Give it a real nice punch to wake it up.
Okay. Yeah!
Something wrong with the part? Looks like I lost. Keep your chin up, Power. We did our best. Now that you've cleared this stage, please go ahead and continue your adventure. Make sure you go to the best future.
Watch the perfect CG! I did it! Do you only see that if you make it through without dying? Yay! We did it! Okay. A gift for tomorrow. A small glowing star is placed in her palm.
Commandant! Commandant, I can't go back to Earth just yet. There's a quote from this famous Golden Age movie. Only love can transcend time, space, gravity, and even the light cone. We make the two ends of one bridge. That's how we can grab hold of that future. Look up, look up! You see? It's bound to fall into our grasp.
Here you go, Commandant. A small, luminescent star finds its way into your palm. What's your plan? Well, I haven't figured that out myself. Her gaze drifts to the distance, where a luminous nebula pulses with otherworldly colors, its light waxing and waning. All Nanami knows is that there are more important things waiting for me here. Maybe this is the price Nanami has to pay. But I really don't know. But hey, it's going to be an amazing adventure. Right, Commandant? Yep. The hero and the knight defeated the dragon and claimed their treasure. In a fairy tale, that would be the perfect ending. But in the real world, this is merely the beginning. You look down at the intel you just got from her. Well, I suppose there's no way I can stop you if you've already made up your mind. We passed the trial. Time for Nanami to get my reward. The holographic screen flickers as she searches through the vast sea of data streams for what she needs. Let's start with... there we go. Hagma? Yes. Please pack file number 3241 up for me, and send it to this timestamp. She marks a new set of coordinates on the space-time map displayed on the holographic screen. Are there any risks? Yes, but the risk is minimal. Your space-time has long been in chaos. With Agent Zero's iterative birth, they have already deemed that civilization as good as theirs. They won't pay much attention to it. Besides, no one will know you're ever here. Thanks. Don't mention it. This is just an analytical approach to part of the Hetero Tower's core. How far you can break it down depends entirely on you. My powers are limited. I can only send you technology and information that you've already skimmed the surface of, or else... She gently shakes her head. I understand. Thank you all the same. When Prometheus brought fire to Earth, he had to bear the wrath of the gods. Though she hasn't explicitly stated it, there's no doubt that to accomplish something of this magnitude, she too must pay a price of her own. It's okay. But this is probably the last time I'm helping you. Your civilization would probably decline even faster if they ever find out what I'm doing. So I'm going to have to avoid wormholes that allow me to communicate with your space-time going forward. Nanami. Huh? What's with that look on your face? I'm sorry. It's okay. None of this is your fault. No matter how far away they are, if you just listen with your heart, you'll always hear what the stars have to say. Right? How did you... Shh! That's a secret! A mischievous smile plays across her face. And hope is the other reward you're getting. Hope? I'm sure there will come a turning point where you'll find a perfect solution to the problems you're facing right now. This is what your entire civilization has strived for. What do you mean? That's as much as I can say to you now. Don't worry. Go and do what you need to do. No matter where you go, the stars will always be in the sky, lighting your path forward. Bye, Commandant. Goodbye, Luke. I'll catch you somewhere again! Access override. Ugh. Sharp needles of pain explode through your nerves.
Transfer. Connect.
It hurts. Breathing rhythm regular but rapid. No wheezing. Body temperature rising. Pulse rate normal.
Can you hear me?
Grey Raven Commandant.
Luke, wake up.
Your consciousness struggles in the depths of a pitch-black ocean, where the distant singing of whales echoes through the void. Struggle desperately!
Luke.
A familiar voice grows clearer as your consciousness suddenly floods back, cold sweat already soaking through your back. Your chest heaves as blood and breath churn within, while the icy wind peppers your face with snow, barely helping to suppress the metallic taste of blood in your throat. I see you're awake. I was about to drag you to the back of the mountain and throw you into the red tide. Standing beside you with her arms crossed, Vanessa seems anything but the person who was just calling out your name just moments ago. Water. You take the water from Emma, not knowing what she might have added to it. Despite her harsh tone, she helps you up with unexpectedly gentle movements, using the warm water to moisten your lips. Phew. Only at this moment are you truly back in your body. I saw Nanami. Take it easy and rest up first. You have plenty of time to tell us your complicated story. After a bumpy journey, everyone returns to Aerospace City. Blah blah blah. You suddenly passed out cold when you connected to the full sensory simulation device, and the gadget was the only thing keeping you alive. We thought the thing had a hiccup for a second. So how do we know if all of this isn't just some sort of prank by this mechanoid you're calling Nanami? What if she just planted some data in there? Like those visual simulation toys in Babylonia. Nanami wouldn't do that. Plus, according to Nanami's timeline for deploying the data, it should be about time. Vanessa, we found something strange while clearing out the hetero creatures in the area. A smooth, star-shaped object lands in her hand. It's a hetero core shard. I've seen the decryption method for this in Asimov's notes. I'll go and look for it now. Rosa leaves the room in a hurry. That's the true measure of a chief, huh? Vanessa raises an eyebrow at you. Asimov's model decodes and reveals methodologies for dismantling the Hetero Tower's core. By combining the methodologies extracted from it with Rosa's previous research data, you're finally making some precious breakthroughs. This is enough to ensure humanity's continued survival on Earth. We're still running short on supplies, though. Correct. While new filter shields are keeping the punishing virus isolated, they're barely holding up. Don't even dream about reclaiming the lost territories. We should be grateful that we're maintaining the status quo at all. Vanessa sets down the data report and falls silent for a moment before suddenly speaking up. I hate to admit it, but before your return, we've been fighting a losing battle for a long time. We can finally catch our breath. Where is the first batch of filter shields going to be installed? This settlement? No. They'll be installed straight in Aerospace City. Aerospace City covers a larger area than the settlement does, has better infrastructure, and is more suitable for development. You're right. Next, they plan to relocate the majority of Earth's population to Aerospace City. Thanks to Vanessa's exceptional efficiency, it doesn't take long before the first group of humans moves into this long-abandoned city. Thank God we don't have to move from place to place anymore. It's safe here for now, isn't it? Oh. Yep. This day needs to be recorded. Today will be a great new beginning in human history. Wow! In the streets, residents gleefully pick out their future homes. They eagerly look forward to their new lives, hoping to settle down peacefully and acquire more arable land to farm. The bitter winds of Aerospace City whip across your face and find their way to your skin through the thick hood covering you. You never finished what you were saying that day. What did you mean when you said you were sure there would come a turning point where I'd find a perfect solution to the problems I was facing? Will there really be a solution? Resources are scarce, and humanity can only produce these few filter masks for now. Even if they can survive in Aerospace City, no one knows to what extent the mutated red type will evolve in the future. Do they really have enough time? Can they truly hold out until the day they create a real clean zone using the Hetero Tower's core? I'm sure. Yes. The turning point has to be somewhere down the road. Humanity will not perish in a world like this. What we need to do is survive. No matter what, we must survive. Survive. Such a simple word, yet so difficult to achieve in times like these. The lives of the deceased shaped the world and put it on its current path. The countless bones spanning the ocean's width witness civilization's days left. Even if death is the price to pay, you will light the torch with your souls to keep humanity's history burning bright. No matter what, I will never give up. You will not give up searching for that future you seek. It has been 10,989 days since the Commandant entered the Hetero Tower. It has been 39 days since the Commandant left the Hetero Tower. I don't know if I like that, emphasis on number of days. I feel like that means it's counting down to something. One more stage. After departure. Perhaps she can serve as a catalyst, igniting the entire endless cycle. Nanami sits by the starship's window. It has been days since she left Earth. Countless stars shed light on the glass. Here, the concept of time has gone. Each blink of the stars marks a second she's away from Earth. While her main consciousness is imprisoned in the starship's core, she occasionally diverts a portion of her computing power to project herself here. Nanami doesn't like it here. Nanami wants to go back to Earth. The window shows the reflection of a small blue-green planet, and she traces its outline on the glass with a finger, awash in sadness. I really want to go back there. What a shame. Should she set foot on Earth again, she would only bring greater calamity. Mechanoids were as good as deserted by Earth the moment they awoke. Nanami. Oh, Haikma! There you are! Nanami hops down from the window and casually pulls down the shutter before walking away. The starship has entered deep space. All systems are operating well,
with all performance data within normal parameters.
Glad to hear that. What about those plants we brought from Earth?
Some are still alive, and some have died because they weren't able to adapt to the low oxygen environment of space. I've uploaded their holographic data to the Grey Tower, though. They will be preserved forever, as projections in this starship.
It's not the same thing, Haikma. It's not the same.
She was hoping those tender vines and resilient plants would bloom as brilliantly in space as they once had on Earth. Sorry, we tried to keep them alive as best we could, but nothing worked.
It's okay. Nanami doesn't blame any of you. I understand how difficult it is for them to survive in this environment. Nanami was just holding on to some unrealistic fantasies. That's all.
She wishes she could preserve everything she cherishes on Earth. Had the starship been big enough, she would have taken all her friends aboard and sailed together into the Sea of Stars. The starship experiences a slight tremor. Haikma connects to the Grey Tower to check on the situation. It's a wormhole. We just passed through a wormhole. This is probably the first wormhole we've encountered in space.
A wormhole?
Countless intricate physics theories flow through Nanami's mind, and she keenly grasps the key concept.
Wormholes. They connect different space-times.
Yes. After billions of years of travel, they've come very far. So far that they've long since left their old solar system behind.
Is it possible for a wormhole to connect us to another Earth?
The possibility stands, says Haikma after a brief calculation.
Where's the next wormhole located?
At our current speed, we'll run into the next wormhole in 58 hours and 12 minutes. However, the probability of this wormhole connecting to an Earth is only 0.0245%.
As long as it's not 0%, there's always hope.
Nanami withdraws her projection, returns her core consciousness to the starship's central hub, and begins checking the wormhole coordinates with complete focus. She carefully searches through every wormhole exit, hoping to find that small blue-green planet until Discovery passes through the gate. In the starship's core, Nanami falls into dormancy, which is something she herself never saw coming.
Nanami? Did I fall asleep again?
You've been falling into dormancy quite often lately.
I guess her cleanup progress is going pretty well.
Haikma's expression shows clear disapproval.
Actually, isn't this fine the way it is?
Nanami sits by the porthole. Though her frame has long been confined to the starship's core, she still loves to sit here. I don't think this is a good thing. What's so bad about living like this, as the administrator behind the gate?
It is bad. It's so boring in here. No life, no hope. Not even you, Haikma, are just a simulation created by Discovery's core.
She turns around with a trace of sadness in her smile. This is Discovery's standard AI voice bank. She would often set the managing AI to speak in voices she's familiar with. Having no preset response for this kind of question, the AI falls into silence.
I already screwed up once, Haikma.
Discovery passes through the gate. She believed it would bring rebirth, but what awaited was death. Only consciousness acknowledged by the universe may enter, No life can exist here. Panic sets in as Nanami races through every corner of the starship.
Hikmar? Hikmar? Arcana? Spooner? Laser?
Nanami has preserved all these people's consciousness, and yet none of them is to be found at the moment. A deathly silence fills the starship, with only Nanami's cries echoing through the empty halls. No one answers her desperate calls. Nanami, you have earned the ticket to a wider universe. Shed your past and better yourself, Nanami. Amidst the haze of chaos, these mysterious guidances flood into Nanami's mind, seemingly trying to guide her.
No, I don't want that. Nanami wants to be with all of them.
This time, however, she hears nothing. Then, she loses track of how long she sails alone. A lonely starship drifts through lifeless space, witnessing countless worlds fall and endless universes being born. She creates imaginary companions aboard her ship and pretends everyone is happily sailing with her on this ark in a joyful search for a new home together. Until she feels the pull of gravity once more. Is it that time already?
Wow. Lore of Steel Robots BX Invincible featuring DK Hyper Alpha +++ Year Edition. And there's a Cardman Rider in the New World, too.
You are looking for Earth, aren't you? Once again, she sees herself. Discovery itself is a magnificent body. I am it. It is me. Of course, I'm not alone here. She lowers her gaze to see scattered humanoid and non-humanoid mechanoids passing by. Together, we are looking for new possibilities in the universe. AI-generated holograms dissolve and reform in chambers hidden from the girl's sight. She remains imprisoned by the world, in this closed loop of space. It's time to say goodbye. At last, she understands why that Nanami who bid her farewell was looking at her with such sorrow. Goodbye, Nanami. Better to never meet again. Better to never come at all. But even so, she still wants to do something different. Following fragments of memories and data, she locates the sealed file number 2143. Unlike the simulated ending, the reality went another path. After Bianca was injured, Chico took over and headed to the bottom of the sea first. In this file, there are unnoticeable signs of adjustments and amendments regarding the allocation of their duties. What had happened to alter the inevitable disaster that took place in the simulation? Deep in thought, she turns to a new page in the Earth Observation Diary. If words cannot reach the humans in this spacetime, perhaps there's another way. She is the first to take this path, and perhaps she will be the last. Perhaps she can serve as a catalyst, igniting the entire endless cycle. Such a life is too painful. Nanami really doesn't want to have to go through this again. This is my gift to them. The future. Nanami? Nanami?
Looks like I dozed off again, didn't I?
But as the starship's central system, you shouldn't need to sleep at all.
I'm just so tired, Haikma. I'm so tired. I can't even hear the stars anymore. But this is really for the best. When I wake up again someday, I should be able to see the real Haikma again. Right? Right, Commandant? Alright. We did it. We found hope with Nanami. I don't know what that hope exactly is, but we found it. And unfortunately, it did have to come at the price of the existence of another Nanami. But she seemed okay with it. She was living a pretty empty life. But yeah, I overall enjoyed that chapter. I thought so much of it was so cute. I don't know. There's just something about Nanami's bond with the Commandant. I mean, like, every playable character has a strong bond with the Commandant. But there's just something about Nanami that's like, oh, it's just so cute. Alright. Well, that means we're all cut up now. And as we can see, there's only a few days until the next patch, but it might be introduced without English voices again. So I'm going to wait and see if there are English voices included in the patch. And if there are not, I'm gonna wait until they're added. Just like I did this time. But I do plan on streaming again, probably on Sunday night, because I still have to do the cube event in Wuwa. We gotta go play with the cubes! I want to play with the cubes so bad. I'm also not streaming tomorrow night, because tomorrow night is my friend Atelier Kieran's early birthday celebration stream. So I'm gonna be going to that. And all of you should go to that too, because Kieran's a really nice guy. And he has such a wonderful community. It makes you feel so cozy and comfortable. So yeah, if you want to, go to see his little birthday celebration tomorrow night. And that'll be all from me tonight. Let's see. Oh, looks like Psycho Reaper is streaming. Why don't we go raid him? Okay. Well, again, that's all from me for tonight. Thank you again for coming by and going through the rest of this story chapter with me. I hope you all had fun, because I did. And I'll see you next time. Oh, thank you, Ash Frost. Have a good night. You too. I hope everybody has a good night and a good weekend. No, thank you. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Okay. See you later. Bye-bye.